Do we need to unplug?
There we go.
This? Can you hear us?
Let us know.
I hear no sound.
I'm going to run a wire real quick.
I think
you
that's a
tell
good
everybody
idea.
to say no sound.
Lip reading is hard. Oh, good. We have sound. I can hear you. YouTube and got sound. Joe is running a cord because we got very excited. We were listening to Dr. Barry and his Zoom meeting, and we totally lost track of time.
Well, the setup has to be completely... Move over this way more. The setup has to be completely different when you're doing a Zoom meeting because it just doesn't work the same. So I have to change over to headphones to be able to hear and everything else. So
we kind of stink.
Yeah, we do. So we're going to try one more week. We're going to try to stay up on the comments.
Yes, let's do this.
Because, you know, we're putting this thing on the side here, like over here. Oh, no,
Okay.
over here, right? Over here.
Are you trying to pick my nose?
So we're putting the chat on because we're broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. If we don't put the chat over there, then you guys don't know what everybody's saying on the other platform.
Oh.
But I don't like it there because we get so far behind on the comments. What ends up happening is you guys are like watching it later on and the chat is showing up here and we're talking about that like 20 minutes later.
I keep messing with my shoulder because I have one green label there, and look at that. It's like I'm see-through. It's like I'm battle damaged.
Nice.
It's kind of awesome. So I have to put that right there. If I get it right on the right boop, okay, my shoulder looks normal now.
Shelly is 97 hours into her fast.
What?
That is
wow.
awesome.
You go, girl. Oh my gosh.
Chris said he has to use headphones today because the kids are watching Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, that's a good movie. I totally think that is like, we should all just stop. Everybody
Everybody stop and watch that.
Let's
right?
go watch Kung Fu Panda.
John is on. He said hello. I am signing hello to the screen.
I know, right? Because
I was doing their sound.
I was
Got
doing
it.
that.
Yeah. So how is everybody doing? This has been a fun week. So I wanted to start off. Rachel's wearing a homemade scarf.
I am. Can I just share this really quickly? Because I did a thing and you guys are going to be so proud of me. But it also brings up like my relationship with food. So all of a sudden in the middle of the week, we got cold weather.
Yeah.
We got like crazy cold weather.
It was 35 degrees, Tuesday morning?
What is this? Omaha?
What is today? Today's Thursday?
Yeah.
So Wednesday morning.
It was Tuesday.
No, Tuesday morning. Tuesday
morning, not the shop.
Well, Tuesday into Wednesday. It was cold all day Tuesday and
Freezing.
Yeah.
Freezing. We've been laughing about the iguana situation, okay? So Joe was going to the doctor on Tuesday to see Dr. I can never pronounce his name right.
Dr. Silas.
Okay, I get the Rob part.
Dr. Silas.
Dr. Rob?
Silas.
Got it. So he was going to talk to him about like relationships with food. And Dr. Silas was talking about how the people who are really great at sticking to their meal lifestyle
right
is what? Vegans and vegetarians.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought that was really interesting.
Super interesting. They do that because it's not just like a diet thing that they're trying to do good on, trying to eat healthier. It's actually tied to kind of almost like a religion.
Right.
Right? It's part of their faith.
Well, that's his whole thing. He's like, listen, most vegans and vegetarians are not vegan and vegetarian for the health aspects of it. They're there because they care about animals, save the planet, and all that other stuff. And that's why they don't fail. And he's like, what ends up happening is much later down the line, they start having medical problems because they're vegans and vegetarians. Right. And they start trying to figure out, now what do I do? Because I have to be a vegan and a vegetarian.
Right. Well, what was interesting to me was the one time of year that I have absolutely no problem not snacking, sticking to exactly what I said I was going to do is what? The month of January.
Right.
Why? Because it's connected to my faith in a way, right? So I have no problem. There's no negotiations. I just do what I've planned on doing. So I just thought that was really interesting. Well, here's the thing. When the weather turns cold, I immediately want to cook like comfort food, right?
Right.
I want to have whatever that is, comfort food. I need to do it as soon as we have colder temperatures. But I couldn't do that because we're in the middle of our fast.
Right.
So I'm like, I need to do something. So for whatever reason, I got to be in my bonnet. I need to figure out how to crochet. So I went to Hobby Lobby and got this little loom here. And I have been crocheting like a fiend, right? Because all of my food energy has gone suddenly and weirdly into knitting. So it's amazing.
So
every
she's
kid
doing
has
all
a
this,
scarf.
she's making all this stuff. So you guys are asking about iguanas. I'm looking to try to see if I can put this up. If I don't freeze, did I freeze?
Did you just freeze?
There you go. That guy's alive, but I was literally able to bend down and touch him. He was just there. You rolled right up. You could bend down. And when you just moved him a little bit, he would move his leg, but he would not move. Normally, they run around. Then there was, I got one more. New image overlay. Here you go. But he's alive. He fell out of a tree.
But he's alive.
So that's what happens then when it gets to a certain temperature, the iguanas just start falling out of the trees and stuff. So Anthony and I went to the park looking for them, trying to find them, and we could only find a couple.
Thankfully, they did not bring any home. I supervised from a very safe distance.
Okay, so Yvette said, thinking about going to a low-carb conference in Denver. Yeah,
awesome.
We wanted to go to that. It's just like, because of the timing, it's not going to work right. I really wanted to go to that one, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Chris said they were going to be there. Are you trying to cover up your green?
I am.
Miriam said the conference in Denver is fantastic. If you go, you won't regret it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I wish we were going.
Yep. Susan Benson is here. She said she's here. Great to see you. We got to see her the other day. Chris said shave the planet.
Shave the planet.
Gigi girl took our blender bottle to work and all her co-waners want to take it.
Oh, wow.
We only have 3 of these left.
left.
I have to order more and just haven't had time.
Well, thanks for taking us with you, Gigi girl. I hope you had a good day at work.
So Yvette said she might only be able to go to one day, but she hopes to see them. Vivid J said, tomorrow morning I'm going to the doctor for the result of his MUGA exam.
MUGA. Okay.
Why Not Keto said they are at minus 22 degrees Celsius the past 2 days.
Wow. And I was absolutely complaining about 30 degrees. I am so sorry. And we only had that weather for a minute. Now we're back.
Miriam likes our mug.
Oh, thank you.
Don't blame the butter for what the bread did.
For what the bread did.
But it's a 2 Krazy Ketos mug.
Yes, it is.
But it's green, so it's kind of showing up weird because we're running on green
screen.
Oh,
yeah, look at that. It's like glittery. Everything looks battle damaged right now. We finished...
We're working on the green screen thing.
We finished binging Downton Abbey so that we could watch the movie.
Yep.
Which was a solid meh, in my opinion.
Yeah, the movie, if you were a Downton Abbey fan, like we are, I just love the whole storyline behind it. Stop with the man card.
Yeah.
It's a good show, especially if you like seeing everything pre-World War I.
Yeah, I was joking with Joe when I was doing a devotion that I had to take his man card because we were watching Downton Abbey. But it was a great show, but the movie felt like pandering. I don't know.
It wasn't that good.
So once we were done with that, we started binge watching all the Terminator movies.
Well, I just bought the newest Terminator movie, and then I was like, hey, I got to go watch them all. But it's interesting part, if you like Terminator, the newest movie, which is directed by James Cameron, is actually, I don't even know what you call this. It's not a prequel, but it's not a postquel. It's supposed to be
I don't know.
Placed in between Terminator 2 and Terminator 3. So
okay.
If you've ever seen all the Terminator movies, Terminator 2, that's where, Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back as a Terminator to protect John Connor.
Right.
And then Terminator 3, Sarah Connor's dead.
Yeah, and you're like, why is she
And you're like,
dead?
what happened? And all you know is she got cancer. Well, this movie is in between. So you're supposed to take this movie and place it in between Terminator 2 and Terminator 3. So that's the last one we have to watch.
Yeah, I'm just finishing the end of Terminator 2 right now.
So Michelle said, oh my gosh, that was me. Vegan for 15 and then vegetarian for another 5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was really interesting that what Dr. Sarah was talking about is that like, his whole thing is that all diets fail. Every diet. He's like, the keto diet will fail. It will be a fad. It will go away. He's like, why? Because you're not dealing with what got you heavy, what's going on. And he's like, the bottom line is obesity is not a calorie issue. It's a carbohydrate addiction problem.
Wow.
And I thought that was amazing. And he's like, if If it wasn't the fact, if you want to say that they don't fail if they're not fads, why did Atkins go away? He's like, in essence, Atkins is the same thing of keto. He said if Atkins wouldn't have gone away, you would have never heard the name keto. That it comes down to it went away because people started adding things back in, things that were triggering what they're addicted to, and they're like, it doesn't work. So they start moving on to the next fad. And he's like, you're even seeing it now with keto, where people are going keto and they're doing keto for a little while. Well, it's not working right now. What's going on? So they're adding in intermittent fasting. And then from adding in intermittent fasting, now what's everybody doing? They're going carnivore. Well, why are they going carnivore? Because they've tried to tweak keto to fit their needs, adding in things that they probably shouldn't be adding in, like some of these breads that you can buy in the grocery stores and stuff like that. And they're having problems, so they're moving on. He's like, the difference is with the vegetarians, if it doesn't work for their diet, they don't care. They have to stay vegetarian to save the planet.
So it's just interesting. It just makes me realize I have to deal with the why behind my addiction. I'm not just going to shift out different foods and never deal with my addiction to the food.
Yeah.
I have to deal with my relationship with the food. I can't just switch out different food, because it was basically what I was doing when I was eating only oatmeal.
Right.
Just calorie restricting to avoid dealing with food altogether.
I want to talk a little bit about what we talked about, but I want to catch up on the comments first. So Chris said to get a hat loom and make me something for my shiny head. I actually got her the hat loom. She was doing really well with it, but she was pulling it too tight and broke some of the tines off.
I broke off 2 tongs, so now it's a headband for Anthony. And
my son needs a headband.
And we're starting again fresh with a new loom.
They want to know if we really ate the iguanas. No, we did not eat the iguanas, though I know people who do eat them.
Yes, but we have a strict thing in our marriage. If I come home and find an iguana being cleaned in our sink,
we did,
lights out for Joe.
On the way home from the park, stop at your mom's house to go to the deck, because in Florida, if the iguana is on your property, you can kill them because they are a nuisance. So we figured we were going to stop and look and see if there's any like passed out upside down on your mom's deck and kill them, because they're always coming up into her screen and onto her pool and everything.
Well, they've been doing some damage to her house.
Yeah, they've like digging out underneath the dock and stuff, making it a road away and stuff. So we're like, hey, let's go look, but they were not around.
Lucky iguana.
Do they taste like chicken? I have no idea. People say they taste like chicken.
They're a red meat, which may be surprising to some.
Michelle is on. She said, so happy to make a live chat.
Hey, Michelle.
Slap6 said, hi, I was in a couple minutes late. Just got my first big order of keto chow. Had to prep a few.
Man, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
So speaking of prepping keto chow, we're going to do a video on it probably this weekend. But
this was exciting.
Well, here's the thing. The only reason we haven't done any videos on the cooking is because Rachel's gotten into knitting, and so she's enjoying it. And then we were supposed to have a video go up today, and yesterday I went to work on my computer. I accidentally unplugged the computer, and I have a 4-disc RAID system. If you know anything about computers, it's like a massive storage system. Well, when I unplugged it, one of the discs now failed. So it only backs up once a day. So the work that I had just finished, the video I had just finished, was gone because I stored all to the RAID. So I had to finish editing that today. But keto chow, we like keto chow ice cream, especially when you can only do keto chow right now.
Yeah.
I don't always want heavy cream because I don't want the carbs, and my body does not agree well with drinking 4 ounces of heavy cream in a sitting.
It's poop-tastic.
So I was like, well, what can we do with butter? So I figured this out. I melt 4 tablespoons of butter, or 3. Add to that like another 3-4 ounces. I'm using almond milk, but you could use water. But you've got to warm it up. You've got to bring all of this warm, like make it really hot, like almost boiling. Then put it in a blender with your keto chow and mix it for 15-20 seconds. It's going to be like a thick pudding, but you've got to use a blender because you want to get the acacia gum to emulsify the butter. Mm-hmm. Then add 2 cups of ice into the blender and turn it on and tamp it down, and it becomes ice cream, and the butter doesn't coagulate back to being like little chunks and stuff.
Is that amazing?
And it tastes awesome, and it takes 30 seconds. It takes 30 seconds to blend it plus another minute to melt the butter and warm up the water / almond milk. But we're going to do a video on it.
Yeah, because that was exciting.
Denver is March 12th. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we really wanted to go, but it's the middle of lacrosse season. And the week before, we're going to a conference.
Yeah.
Let's see. Amy said, I'm so happy to finally get to watch a live. I love all your videos, and you are both amazing. I learned so much from you guys.
You're amazing, Amy. We're glad you're here.
Tara said, dogs and her hiked in 16-degree temperatures on Sunday.
16? Wow.
Rhonda said, I'm late, and I'm glad I was able to catch some of your live. Wanted to see if you did the cake review the other day prior to January's Keto Chow and Keto Brick or to January 2020. So the one from Low Carb Oven, we actually did it the morning we got home from Omaha, because we said we were going to eat for those 4 days. And so they had actually messaged us, and they mailed them to us while we were gone. Yeah. In fact, while we were in Omaha, they're like, hey, they're being delivered. So we had to call the boys. They're like, they got to get in the refrigerator.
Get them in the refrigerator.
Now, that's how we even found out that they were like here in local, because what ended up happening was I messaged them, I've got them, and I'm like, I don't see any nutrition facts. And they're like, there's a yellow paper in there. And I'm like, it's not in here. It's not in the box. So I said, here's the thing. We can't eat after today. We specifically put it off to do this video for you. And so we can't eat after today. So this is going to have to wait till February. And at first he was like, great, no problem. I'll send you fresh ones in February. And then he was like, you know what? Let me just have my daughter run down that to you along with some other stuff. Because the original box.
Where are you running from?
Yeah, because the original box only had 4 buns.
You're in running distance?
So we did it the morning of Omaha, and then restarted our fast as soon as we tried those.
And I'll keep going until February 4th or 5th to keep up with that.
Okay, so so that's what we did. Somebody actually asked that in one of the comments on it. Chris said he has to make 15 keto chows tonight, so he has food for the next while.
Wow, I like making them a big batch.
Ed wants to know if Chris will do a low-carb salt in Salt Lake in Indianapolis.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Alan is in Clearwater.
He said, Alan.
Pollens are high in coughing and throat soreness. Any suggestions on syrups or foods to take that are keto?
I am so
Most cough syrups have high fructose corn syrup. I unfortunately don't know of any. I usually just kind of put up with it. You could do some tea with some lemon. And what I usually have Rachel do, because Rachel doesn't want to take the cough stuff, but if your like lungs are bothering you, get some Vapor Rub, old-fashioned, but I'm old, and rub it on your chest, and it will definitely make the bronchitis and make you feel better.
And then you'll definitely want to go to like a ladies' night club, because every woman will be like, wow, is that Vicks Vapor Rub that I smell? Hottie patati.
So Christy said, found you guys last week watching several of your previous videos. Thanks so much for your hard work and sharing. You two are awesome.
Well, thanks, Christy.
Patty Epps said, don't forget to like this video. Yes, please do us a favor and hit the like button on this. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you are new to us, we upload at least 5 new videos every single week.
If we don't lose them in a raid.
If we don't lose them in our, you don't even know what a raid is.
I know, but it just sounded so cool.
Trying to explain to Rachel what a raid drive is was hysterical. She's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, okay, so you have 4 pieces of a coin.
This is technology to me.
Well, here's your raid. I have 4 drives. And you take a picture. A picture's got 4 pixels to it, for example. Okay. It puts 1 pixel here, 1 pixel here, 1 pixel here, 1 pixel here. If any one of these were to go away, you can't see the picture anymore, because you need all 4 pixels to see the picture. But what it does is, instead of storing everything to 1, it stores a little piece to each, because it makes storing it 4 times faster.
The only thing is, if I lose one now, they're all might as well.
Now they're all garbage. Well, and that's the point of having a problem with a raid.
Raid! Remember those commercials?
Parrot Everett says, I saw my doc yesterday and asked his thoughts on carnivore. He poo-pooed it, saying it would be too much fat. That's such nonsense.
It really is.
So let's talk about Dr. Silas. So Dr. Silas, who the way he actually likes to eat, he said he's carnivore for the most part during the week, but if he goes out to eat, he eats vegetables. He also believes you can eat as much green leafy vegetables as you want. Don't even count the carbs. Eat as much as you want, so long as you eat it the way God intended it to eat. Like, maybe you can heat them up a little bit, maybe put a little bit of butter on them, but no juicing it, putting it in a smoothie, anything like that. He's like, because your body will deal with all the fiber. He said you can eat all the green leafy vegetables you want.
I don't juice a lot of cauliflower.
He's like, yeah, it comes down to, but he said it comes down to, again, an addiction issue.
Right.
We spent over an hour talking. He's like, but it's an addiction issue. He's like, you can eat all the vegetables you want, with the exception of no grains, right? No wheat, no grains, and no potatoes, and no rice, because they're addiction problems.
That is true.
He's like, they're addiction problems. He's like, I've never met somebody run home from work all stressed out and just overindulge on broccoli.
Yeah.
So, but his whole thing is eat as much of that kind of stuff as you want. But he eats carnivore during the week, and then whenever he goes out to eat, he's adding in vegetables and stuff like that. But he's like, our body is designed for the most part to be carnivore, and then you eat vegetables as a filler and when there isn't any other food.
But that makes sense, right?
Right.
I mean, it just makes sense.
So anyway, I spent a little over an hour talking, and we talked about a bunch of different things, like mental issues, like why I'm overweight, which comes back to a mental thing for me.
Was it nice talking to somebody who did encourage you in your keto journey?
It was. It was really cool to talk to him, especially, we were in his office, and he is he does gastric bypass surgeries, and it was pretty awesome. So I got a
pimple.
A pimple.
That's what it looks like.
I got a Freestyle Libre. It looks dirty because I put like a Band-Aid over it, and now the glue is stuck on it. I'm
like a zebra.
I'm finding some interesting results with it, although I'm having a little issue with it because it's reading 20 points higher than my blood glucose.
Wow.
So it doesn't check blood glucose. It's checking the fluids that's in your skin, but it's consistently. And I called them up, and they said, okay, we're going to send you a new one. But I had a second one, so they said, put the second one on, and this one is doing the same thing. It's 20 points higher than my blood glucose. So if I check the blood glucose on the Freestyle with blood, or on the One Touch, or on our Care Touch, all three of them are giving me a blood glucose of like 85. And so all I have to do to check this is turn it on, and see it's saying 100. So if I were to do a blood test right now, my blood will probably be about an 80.
Right.
But
even though
it's kind of upsetting me, because if I was relying on this because of
alone,
I was an actual diabetic, I'd be having a problem. So they're telling me wait 24 hours. This one's been in for just about 24 hours to see if it like kind of regulates itself. But what's cool is seeing the effects of some of the things. So the other night, I'm laying in bed all night long. It was reading like 90. Blood draw was reading like 70. I got up at 3 a.m. I woke up. I had to run to the restroom, and I got up. I went to the bathroom. I checked it right before getting up. As soon as I got back in the bed, my blood glucose, or my glucose, elevated by 20 points just getting up out of bed, going to the bathroom. Then 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, it was back down to 70.
It's like your body is like, well, he's getting up.
And then the same thing in the morning. It was the cold morning, so it was Wednesday morning.
Harder to get up.
I got up. I walked out. I checked it when I left the house. On the meter, it was like 91. My blood was like a 73. I got out to the car. I kind of walked around the car. We had to fill up your tire with air. Checked it again. It was over 100. So it's amazing to see the little things that will elevate your glucose, even though, and I was talking about one point I was 20 hours fasted and I would watch it go up.
Yeah.
Just from like tying my shoes. Miriam said, try some foods with the glucose meter. Well, I can't eat right now, but I am. I've got a 6-month subscription for the glucose meter. Dana said, watch Autumn Keto is live right now, and she's sending hugs to us.
Tell her that we are so glad that she got home safe. She must have gotten back to Louisville. Thank the Lord. She had an amazing time in Paris.
Hey, Miss Chris said she's coming from Autumn's live, and she's sending her love.
Aw, awesome.
Chris said, oh no, the raid is dead.
Ray.
Vivid J said he likes alligator soup back in the day. I wonder if iguanas would taste similar.
I don't know. Iguanas to me taste like chewy shrimp. Not iguanas, alligator. Alligator tastes like chewy shrimp, but it is more of like a white meat, and the iguanas are a red meat. So I don't know.
Gail said that Autumn sends her love. Just got off of her live.
Yay! I am so glad. That was a long trip home.
Yeah.
She had a good day getting back home. But what a time.
Vivid J said, I have to tell my parents to prepare some iguana for me the next time I travel down to see Florida.
Absolutely, right? Have it ready.
Sylvia said, Autumn's back home saying hi.
Awesome.
Well, everybody tell Autumn we said hi.
We love her.
Carmen said, good evening, beautiful hearts. You are so awesome figuring out this food stuff. Now I just need to save some coin to order some.
Yep. The keto chow is pretty awesome.
Chris said, Sarah, I'm sorry. I can't get past how much coffee smells like burnt popcorn. Something is wrong with you.
Something's wrong with you, dude. Man, coffee is awesome.
Miriam said she needs to heat up her chocolate mint keto chow, but I don't want to walk away from the computer to the microwave.
I need to start drinking some more keto chows warm. I don't know.
I like them warm.
I just immediately turn them into ice cream every time. And I was freezing, right? Like the last couple days, freezing, eating my keto chow ice cream.
In the bath.
Well, either that or under a heating blanket. How about just drink it?
Melinda said she lives in Southeast Texas for a reason, and I don't want it below 65.
Wow, yeah.
I don't want it below 65 either.
Hello in Texas.
Yvette said, I wish you were able to go to Denver. Our son lives there, so I will get time to spend time with him.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I would love to go to Denver, but again, it's the middle of lacrosse season, which is only 6 weeks long. We're already short officials, and we're going away the week before, which the assigner is going to kill me when he finds out.
That you're leaving for...
Leaving for a week. Why not keto? I just ordered our first keto bricks. I can't wait to try them as fat bombs. Yeah. When you make them fat bombs, if you are going to melt them down, make sure you are stirring it as you pour them into the fat bomb molds. Otherwise, you're going to have the last one or two is going to be a lot of salt because when you melt it, all the salt goes to the bottom. Which,
I keep my pacifier within arm's reach.
Christy said, I must have missed a video, but I couldn't find an update on how your reverse dieting with Keto Savage is going. Okay, so, I mean, we pretty much just kind of talked about it, like, on some of the Keto on the Couches. What we did was we reverse dieted. I don't remember what our final numbers were that we got to in December.
They were
I was around 2,300. Rachel was around...
It was like 1,890,
something like that. We held there for the whole month of December, and now we've cut off 300 apiece.
Right. And as we've gone down...
Well, you've cut off like 200.
But, so I'm still eating a normal amount of calories.
Right.
Like for a human being. But my weight has gone down.
We're both eating more calories than we were before, maintaining. And we're both losing weight. I'm back down to 185.
I'm 146.
You're at 146. And some of the reason my weight went up wasn't the reverse dieting. It was snacking. And a lot of it.
Well, and multiple times a day. That was it. You know, we weren't eating 2 meals a day with all of those calories in them. We were eating 50 calories, 50 calories, 50 calories, 50 calories all through the day.
Rachel and I were talking about that last night. It's like, what's worse? Would you rather, what is better? What is worse? To eat like an extra meal somewhere and eat, I don't know, 500 extra calories in the day? Or is it worse to do what I was doing, which is get in the car, have a meat stick. An hour later, have 10 nuts. An hour later, eat another 50-calorie meat stick. Where at the end of the day, I maybe ate 350 calories in snacks, stayed well below my caloric intake goal, but I literally ate 15 times in the day. Where... You know, maybe I ate one nut. And here's the thing. If you eat one nut, you spiked your insulin. So if you're going to eat one nut, make it a meal.
It's make it part of your meal.
If you're going to wake up in the morning and you decide, hey, I'm going to have breakfast, don't make breakfast a piece of keto toast. Make a breakfast because there's no difference between the keto toast and eating 3 eggs with bacon. Both of them are going to spike your insulin.
So might as well go for the goals.
And that's what I was doing is I was probably eating 10 to 12 meals a day, even though they were 25 to 50 calorie meals.
But you were spiking your insulin.
But every single time, spiking my insulin. And then add on, eating more calories than I was normally eating.
So eat what you want to eat and enjoy, but eat it with your meal.
Right. Parrot has said my two favorite flavors, and I make them with coffee. Shelly said, let us know how they taste. What kind of fast are you all doing? We're just doing intermittent fasting right now. So, or at least I'm doing intermittent fasting. You kind of go one day you do it, one day you don't do it, which I think is a good thing. You're mixing it up.
Mixes it up, but definitely no more than 3 times a day. But usually it's either one. I love OMAD. That's my favorite because you get to eat a lot of food at once. But usually 2 times a day.
One of the things that was really interesting when I was meeting with Dr. Silas was we were talking about, like, if you have a problem where, like, the biggest issue people have with OMAD is they can't get enough food in. Like somebody like me, I can't sit down and eat 2,000 calories in a sitting. I will get sick.
Poor baby.
Then you have somebody like Rachel who can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And he's like, number one, he's like, if you have that issue where you don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
He's like, first of all,
can't get full.
He's like, you won't have that issue if you're only eating meat and fat. He's like, you won't have the issue. He's like, but he's like, the first thing you should do, the first bite should be fat. So take a piece of steak, put a glob of butter on it, and that should be your first bite because the fat will immediately begin to start filling you up and satiating you. Don't let the first bite be protein. Let the first bite be fat. And then wait a second. He's like, then take your steak, cut it up, and kind of put it a little bit more than arm's reach away. So instead of having your plate right here, have a small plate here, and then take all of your food and put it on a plate over here. And now, after you put a piece on your plate, eat it. Then you have to reach over, grab one piece. So like every time you eat a piece, you're serving yourself again off of the platter, and it will slow you down, and that will help you to not eat as quickly. Kind of like what you used to do with chopsticks.
Yeah, and sometimes I still do with chopsticks. If I'm trying to slow myself down, I eat with chopsticks because I'm not very good at it. And it makes me slow down because if you give me a spoon, I can turn that baby into a shovel and you can't imagine what I can consume in a small amount of time.
Chris says, when Rachel says, I like to make a big batch of keto chow, what she means is I like to point to Joe and say, hey, make me keto chow.
He knows me so well. So well.
Doll, I said they have adhesive Vicks now. Yeah, I've used those. I'm just old-fashioned and like just the glob of goo on your chest.
It messes up my shirt, though.
Parrot Head Renee said, I had Vicks on once and a patient elderly complimented me on my perfume.
That's awesome.
Chris said, redundant array of inexpensive independent discs. I know, but I want it really, really, really fast. So if I did
until it's really, really, really broken.
No, well, there's another way you can do RAID where out of the 4 discs, it only uses 2, and then it automatically backs it up on another one.
RAID. Boom.
What I'm thinking about doing is another RAID system and running an 8-disc RAID system.
Pretty soon, NASA will be like,
Miriam said she didn't know what a RAID was. Chris said, now explain checksums. We'll lose them all. Heather Stone said, I had Buffalo Wild Wings for the first time tonight. I've never been a big wing eater, but you talk about it so much, I decided I needed to expand my horizons.
What did you think? I'm interested to see. What did you think, and what flavors did you get?
Miriam said she likes High Key cookies. They're going to be at KetoCon again. We are looking at the vendor map today.
Oh, yeah. High Key
cookies makes... we don't really buy a lot of keto snacks.
They're tiny.
That is one that I order.
Very crunchy.
Reminds you of Famous Amos cookies.
Well, or the little Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. Chris said, I'm assuming Joe was using a RAID 5, not a RAID 0. No, I was using a RAID 0 because it's faster. I use a RAID 0 and then it backs up to a regular hard drive every single night. Some reason I didn't back it up at the time I did everything. Slapstick said, we love those High Key cookies and the brownies, and their brownie mix was good.
Yeah, they're really good.
They just sent us granola and something else. Oh, and another oatmeal, like a cinnamon oatmeal.
That oatmeal was good. I haven't tried this.
We haven't tried the new flavor.
But the other one was good.
Kavita said that High Key treats are addictive.
They really are.
It looks like we're buffering. Are we buffering?
Buffering.
There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know why we're buffering. Nope, we're buffering again. It's blurry. I don't know if it's blurry on their end or our end. Guys, let us know if it's blurry on your end. Can you make a video on how to make a video, Chris?
Yes. We're on it.
Chris said he's going to make a video on how to set up a raid.
Well, first you have to get together all of the men that are going to raid.
I am going to...
Are you talking about raiding a village? Like a pirate raid?
Let's see. Hungry, he said coffee is no bueno.
Heath, why you gotta hurt me, man?
Heather said, I love chocolate toffee warm with salt sprinkled on top.
Ooh, that sounds really good. We got to get that.
So Devin said, I've got to buy an ice cream maker so I can try Keto Chow as an ice cream.
Yes.
If you have a good blender, like either a Ninja blender or a Vitamix, something that's got a tamper, something that where you can take off the top and push it down with a tamper, you don't need an ice cream maker.
Yeah. Usually when I have Keto Chow ice cream, it is just using the blender.
Yeah. Now, if you don't have that, you can buy, like Carrie Brown says, like the little cheap, they're like $40, $50 where you put the bowl in the freezer. You can use one of those.
We would just have to get 2 of them because it takes a while to reset it, right?
Well, it takes 24 hours.
So then I would get ice cream and he would get no ice cream.
Oh, okay. Dana said, I will have to try that one. Thanks for a suggestion. He said the way you keep the salt ratio correct on the Keto Brick Fat Bombs is by adding extra salt to all of them.
That's probably true.
Liv said, we keep our house at 64. Even the orchids don't like this temperature.
Oh, man. I like 64 degrees, though. I wish we had that in our house all the time.
The problem with it being cold at this time of the year, I actually like it, like 60 to 70 when I'm sleeping, not during the day because then I'm freezing.
Because no hair.
The problem that happens is we get accustomed to these 65-degree temperatures. So we keep our house 72 at night,
yep,
and then like between 75 and 77 during the day, which is very comfortable, especially if you work outside all day and you're used to 90-degree heat.
And you're a lizard.
But what happens is now it's 65, so when the temperature gets up to like 72, we're all like, it is so hot.
It's so hot.
And meanwhile, usually it's 72. We're very comfortable. So now the air conditioner has to start kicking on, and it takes us like a month to get used to just 70-degree temperatures.
And Joe is a total dad. He's the thermostat police.
I am definitely the thermostat police and the light police. What I do is when I start noticing nobody wants to turn off a light in the ceiling, when the bulb goes, or when nobody's looking, I go unscrew the bulb and then tell them we don't have any light bulbs. Now there's just no light. We had no light in the hallway for a year.
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, when are you going to change the light bulb? I'm like, never. Somebody changed it. Who changed it?
Anthony, because he loves his mother.
I didn't change it because nobody ever turns that light. I guarantee you it's on right now.
Yeah.
It's always on.
It's a vicious cycle.
Christy said, I'm struggling with snacking. That's my new challenge. No snacking. So Dr. Silas actually has an awesome video about snacking, that snacking is always emotional. And Nurse Cindy talks about this a lot too.
Yeah.
Snacking is always, always, always emotional. You're never snacking because you're hungry. You're snacking for emotion. So anytime you want to snack, have a bridge. Do something. Go into another room and pray. Maybe get up,
get a salt thing,
drink a glass of water, lick on some salt. Do something to distract your brain for 30 seconds to a minute.
Knit a scarf.
And you'll be amazed how the urge to snack will go away by just interrupting your brain for a quick second.
And I had so much fun this week. It's crazy as it sounds, right? Like just having a little artistic hobby. It didn't take me very long, and usually, especially since it was this little tiny loom, I finished a scarf really quickly, and by the time I was done, I had something pretty, and the need to snack was gone.
Let's see. Rachel got distracted.
Uh-oh.
Chris said Rachel got distracted.
I always get distracted.
He said squirrel.
Squirrel.
Let's see. Miriam said, 2 Krazy Ketos, so we should not start with salad. I like starting with buttered steak.
Man, so we had recently had steak with Chef Chamois, garlic butter on it? That was a delicious first bite.
That was in Omaha.
That was a delicious first bite.
You know what I'm really excited about?
Yes.
the company that made those carnivore snacks that Danny Vega brought to Robert's house, they sent us some. Oh. They are on their way, and they will be here just in time to break our 31-day fast.
With liver?
Liver, and they sent me a bunch of stuff. They sent us the dehydrated liver, kidney, and heart, the little pieces that you eat like a trail mix.
Oh my goodness.
And then also powdered ones that you could mix in just like a teaspoon into your eggs or your ground beef or something like that.
But is it going to flavor it like liver?
No.
I feel like I'm going to taste it. I don't think these are going to be like Keto Chow electrolyte drops.
Trust me.
You got to hide them.
Trust me.
I hide it.
It's better than taking like 50 liver pills.
Hide it like an Easter egg, friend. Like the golden egg that's hard to find.
Holly said, "You two are awesome. Thanks for your videos and the information. Did you get the notice that you were live?"
Oh, awesome. Good.
Rhonda said, "Joe, you're absolutely right. I've started losing weight again, and I eat my snack with my meal. I never snack between meals anymore."
Man, it's
my biggest problem.
You can enjoy whatever snack you like, but just keep it in the 2 meals.
Chris said, "Good luck getting a waitress to bring out a slab of butter. Maybe you should ask for a pound of smoked Gouda."
Ooh, it's very Gouda.
We're very upset. We just found out our Lucky's Market is closing.
Yeah.
But they're owned by Kroger. They're not doing well, so they're closing.
Only one is staying open.
And so we're planning on running over there and saying, "Do you have any meat on clearance, like a prime rib?"
What you got in the meat? In the meat department?
Heather said, "I do more of an eating window rather than OMAD." That's kind of what I have to do. Is
Right.
like I say, like I'm gonna have a 3 to 4 hour eating window where I'm gonna eat whatever I want, whenever I want, over the course of 3 to 4 hours. But I won't eat the rest of the day. That's what I've been doing even with my Keto Chow. I've been once every other day. I'm having a coffee with just 3 tablespoons of the Keto Super Creamer in it, because I allowed myself that. That's in the morning at like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock on my way out the door. And then I don't eat anything again until about 3 or 4 o'clock. I eat my first Keto Chow, and then I'll eat a little bit of a keto brick, and then I'll eat 2 more Keto Chows. Between all of that, between like 3 o'clock and about 8 o'clock at night, I'll have 3 Keto Chows and a half a keto brick. That's what I've been doing.
Window.
But I have a window because I can't eat 3 Keto Chows in a sitting. And I've tried even a Keto Chow in a keto brick in a sitting, and just I don't do well. Miriam likes Vic. She said it really works. Slapasick said, "My lunch today was a pound of brisket and sausage, and I ate that. Oh, and I ate that way. I pulled a little time over to eat, but I had planned to eat it all."
That's great.
Yeah, I really like that idea of reaching over.
Oh, Leah says that this is her first live.
Welcome,
Welcome,
Leah.
My favorite princess. My favorite Disney princess.
Vivid J
Princess
said,
Leia.
"Yes, the high key cookies. I shall get to try many samples at KetoCon."
I am so
What time is
excited
it?
you're going to KetoCon.
I am too. Chris said, "You got to use RAID 5 or RAID 6. I'm thinking about getting another RAID Enclosure. But again, I have a Mac, so there's certain ones because I want a Thunderbolt. I don't want a USB-C one. I want a Thunderbolt one. So I'm thinking about getting another
Harry
RAID
Potter's
Enclosure with 4 more drives and running a RAID, probably a RAID 5, but 4 drives, so I have 4 and 4.
Well, I guess his broom was a Firebolt, not a Thunderbolt.
The problem is a Thunderbolt 3 RAID Enclosure is about $400. Plus you got to buy the drive, so that's like another $200.
You sound like the Charlie Brown teacher right now. Wah, 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 wah,
Alan
wah.
said, "Yeah, we were buffering." I don't know why we were buffering, but blurry on my end. You two were blurry, but now we're all good.
All right.
How's the iguanas fall out at your house? We don't have any falling at our house.
Thank you, Lord.
Oh, Miriam said it was blurry on YouTube, but not on Facebook. That is really weird.
Uh-oh.
No blur, you guys are all buffered up.
But the audio wasn't matching the video.
Like a kung fu movie?
Yeah, remember that from Police Academy? Where they'd be like, "Danielson."
Chris said if it's blurry on YouTube, you can override the auto quality setting and make it 720 and the blurriness will go away.
How do you do ice cream with a
Nancy,
Vitamix?
how do you do ice cream in a Vitamix? We actually have a video on it if you want to talk, and I will find the video.
Oh, okay. So it says, "How do you eat or drink the collagen powder? Just got some today and don't know what to do with it." So I do use the Perfect Keto collagen powder. That is the one thing other than Keto Chow that I'm consuming for the month of January. Usually what I do is I just take a scoop of it and put it into ice water in a blender bottle like this and just do the autumn shake. So instead of a Zip Fizz, I put the collagen powder in it and shake it up. Some people enjoy adding it to a hot beverage like coffee or tea, but it just doesn't work for me. It's not the same as like MCT powders that are flavored. It just has a little bit of a wonky taste to me, so I like to shake it up with water and have it cold.
Here, I have you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Rachel's hair looks so awesome. It makes me miss short hair. You should do a styling tutorial. Ray, thank you. It's actually starting to grow out for the first time, so I'm kind of interested to see like how long can we get it. Right now, it's heading towards like a Meg Ryan from You've Got Mail, which I wouldn't mind having her hair because she's super cute. I wasn't sure
Why is that? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen up there.
Oh, nice. I wasn't sure if I could mix in keto chow and was afraid to risk ruining it by trying.
I'm looking to see. I don't know how to leave a message when you're doing both.
Okay. Okay, snack at night.
Let's see. Yvette said we keep the heat at 67 or 68, and that's in Washington State.
Wow.
Gail adds collagen to the coffee, hot chocolate, baked goods.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. I like it in the baked goods. That's neat. I bet that tastes good in like a muffin.
Parrot has said, what's the name of the dehydrated liver product, and do they ship? Yes, they do ship. I'm going to be putting,
They do ship.
I do have the link. I'll put it like in the description after we're done, and it'll be on our website too. It's Grassland Nutrition.
Can we hide it at somebody else's house?
Dana said, what I just ordered Lollies yesterday, day late and $1 short. So Lollies was actually having a sale today. I think it might still be going on where all the bags are $12.50.
I have to contact them. If you just ordered it yesterday.
Yeah, and you can use and on top of the sale, you can use the code 2 Krazy Ketos to get another 10%
Just call them
off.
and see what they can do.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they would adjust it. So you're only a day.
Where is the
You're
chat?
doing so many things.
I know. I'm trying to find your chat.
Let's see.
There you go.
All right. Haley and I are having a hair day February 1st. How awesome is that?
Bunch of people talking about collagen. They said, Chris, new video idea for Joe, how to comb hair.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
Okay. I think you're caught up.
Oh, okay. So Slapstick puts keto collagen in his keto chow shake. You probably wouldn't taste that, especially if you get the chocolate. Lately, I have been enjoying the chocolate flavor, which I thought I would only like salted caramel everything, but now I like chocolate and sometimes vanilla.
John's got a comment about Lucky's.
Okay.
Try to pull this back
All
up.
the Florida Luckies are closing except the one in Melbourne. That's what I heard too. They are running a 25% off liquidation sale at all of the closing stores. They started the sale yesterday. I went today, and a lot of the stuff was already picked over. That makes me sad. We're going to go anyway.
So here is, I'm putting on Facebook. This is the link for the ice cream, to make ice cream in a Vitamix. So if you watch that video, I'll tell you. And you can actually use any protein powder. It just works really well with the Keto Chow because the Keto Chow's got the acacia gum in it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Heath wants to know if you're still supposed to be hitting the like button. Yes.
Yes.
Please hit the like button. Haley and I are having a hair day. You said that one. Becky said, Joe, did you put the heat on? Why are you not in a long-sleeved hoodie? No, I didn't put the heat on, although I need to put the heat on, but I have to wait for everybody to get out of the house to put the heat on.
Because it smells like burnt hair.
But I'm not putting the heat on to heat up the house. I'm putting the heat on to burn all the dust off of the coils in the heating and air conditioning system.
It smells like burnt hair.
It smells really bad, but it does need to be done like once a year just to get all of that garbage out of the ventilation and everything.
And we have to take the bird outside. It's like when you're, cleaning the oven. We don't want him smelling those smells.
Chris said, dang, Joe skipped a lot. I didn't honestly mean to skip it. We were trying to figure out how to... You're going to have to teach me how to do that.
My face looked like Rachel's when Joe was talking about the liver, heart, and kidneys. Because, yes, she feels me. It's a thing. It's gross. I'm not looking forward to it.
It really wasn't that bad. You did try it. You did try it when we were in Omaha.
I wasn't happy. But what was I supposed to do? Like, spit it across the room? Rude.
Julia said she has the local farm worker had their butchering season recently, and I have 10 pounds of liver sausage in my freezer. I'm hoping to make it last a bit, but how often, how much should I eat organ meats?
Never, if Rachel's in charge.
Just a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I can't give you nearly as much information as somebody like Danny Vega or, Dr. Barry or some people who are really into carnivore.
I will say that every time he was making ground beef, I found out he was putting a little bit into the ground beef, and I didn't notice it then.
Right.
When you just chopped it up, and I don't know, how often were you doing that?
At least once a week. You were getting like a quarter to a half a pound of liver at least once a week.
Oh my gosh.
Between the two of us. So, yeah, you were probably eating between
Seems like a lot.
Between an eighth to a quarter of a pound of liver.
I only like it when you give heart.
I did heart.
Say, have a heart.
I did have heart in there once.
Have we eaten brains?
We have not eaten brains. Although I found the place that I messaged Danny to find out because they eat brains. And I wanted to find out, what is the benefit? Does anybody know what is the benefit of eating the animal brains?
Will it make me smarter?
Kavita puts collagen into her keto chows.
I think it would taste yummy. And, you wouldn't notice any funny taste.
Yvette said, am I the only one who doesn't really like lime lolly? Oh, right. I'm assuming I meant like. She said lime lollies. I think all treats are,
It's totally subjective.
It's a total subjective thing. Lollies is probably my favorite in the kind of cookie kind of thing. I mean, we love kapow, but
grapow?
But lollies has just kind of edged it out for me.
Because it was a little cleaner?
Not so much cleaner. It's just, I don't have to have all the coconut shavings and all that other stuff in there. Oh. It's more like a cookie.
Kapow!
Renee wants to know if I lost my hair from keto.
You?
Yes.
No.
So, funny story. So, my dad had a comb over.
That's not really hair.
And so he had a comb over. My dad was balding when he was in high school. I mean, I've seen pictures of him in high school and college, and he was balding. I knew it was coming because if you look at pictures of me, my dad, and my dad's dad, all at the same age, other than the age of the picture, you can't tell who's who.
Are you like, this is my future?
Yeah. So what ended up happening was my dad had the comb over. I thought I was doing okay. I wasn't getting that receding hairline or coming down the middle. But then one day I had taken the boys to, where did I go? SeaWorld. And I was holding Anthony in my hand. He was only like a year or 2 years old. And I was bending over, letting him pet the dolphins in the dolphin tank. And somebody from the park took a picture from across like the pool.
Like, oh, you're
and
gonna
then came
love
over
this
and
moment.
said, here's the thing, here's a picture of you holding your son, bending over, petting
and
the
are you
dolphin.
like,
And so I go and I get the picture and I look down and I'm like, I have hair here and I have hair here and there's a giant bald spot right here. But I never knew it because I always brushed my hair back.
So this hair and this hair and this hair was lion?
It was lion.
Lion.
So, unfortunately, right at that time, my dad actually had been diagnosed with brain cancer, and he was towards the end. So, I waited a little while, and then I was just like, I'm shaving my head. Because I was always like, I'm never, ever, ever having a comb over. I just was never doing it.
That's actually...
It was shave my head or get a toupee.
That's actually in our wedding vows. No comb overs for anybody.
Yeah, so that is why I shaved my head. Now, when I started dating Rachel, her mom actually wanted me to grow my hair back. So I grew it back for a month. And only about that long.
Very sad.
And I got very sad when I realized it was all gray.
Yeah.
And that was 12 years ago. So.
Still cute.
Who knows what it would look like now. Alan said skip zone for Joe tonight.
Uh-oh.
Heather said Pier 1 is closing a lot of stores.
What? Where am I going to get all my mantle clocks from?
TC said, our Lucky's closed a year ago. The meat all went the first day of clearance. I still miss them. Well, the one I drove past Coral Springs today, and they weren't having anything on clearance.
Okay, so we got to
So I'm going to go there. I'm planning on going there tomorrow
tail
morning.
feathers in there.
The best thing that they had, although we don't need it anymore, is we used to get their sugar-free bacon.
Yes. Oh,
now we don't need it anymore.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is Slapstick,
That's
right?
right.
Thank you, Slapstick. We started making our own bacon just in time.
I made 18 pounds of it, and then when we got home, I took another one out. The kids are loving it, because what we did is after we made the 18 pounds, I cut into like 1.5 pound packages and vacuum sealed it, and they just take them out, stick them in the sink to defrost a little bit, and then they put them in the refrigerator, and they're loving it. But there's another 10-pound one going right now in the fridge. It'll be ready just in time for the end of our fast.
Excellent.
Chris said, Leah, in case Joe doesn't see this, you can find out about it on ketochow.xyz.
Yes, if you're
I
looking
didn't
for
see Liz's question, though.
What is a keto chow?
What is, there it is. Leah, there we go. Where can I find out about Keto Chow? Go to ketochow.xyz. You can use the coupon code 2crazyketos for 10% off. There's also a link for it right down in the description. If you do use that link, you do help out the channel a little bit, and we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
And this week, there's a flavor on sale that is awesome, and it's 20% off. Normally, every week, there's one flavor that's 10% off.
Crazy talk.
Right now, they're doing 20% off, which I need to order some.
And what flavor is it?
Orange cream.
Orange cream.
My favorite.
If you were an orange creamsicle fan. Mix it with coconut oil, and it tastes like a tropical drink to me.
It's really good with heavy cream. It's good with butter. The only thing I will say about the orange cream, and maybe Chris can tell, maybe it's just me, I find that the flavor, subsides over time.
Okay.
Like, it's much more flavorful, like, in the first few hours, and then the next day, it's very creamy, it's very thick, it tastes good, but it doesn't have as much of an orange flavor. That's at least what I find.
Whereas pretty much any other flavor, like chocolate toffee, which is my fave, like intensifies in flavor. If it's
okay, I know this joke's got to be for Rachel. What do you get when you mix a brown chicken with a brown cow?
Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh, and he actually wrote that. Heather said, fill is bacon curing in the fridge right now. Alan said they're building a new Lucky's in Clearwater. Construction is 75% done. Not sure what's going to happen with that one.
Oh my gosh.
So we're building a new one, and then we're going to close it.
That's so weird. You know, well, in the Lucky's market, there's a giant Petco going in. That's what that thing is. Where I
was been wondering what that was.
It's a Petco
I was
with
really
a big
hoping it was a
clinic.
Whole Foods, but then I was like, why would they build a Whole Foods right next to Lucky's?
Well,
now because the closest Whole Foods is way down on the other end of Coral Springs.
Dang it.
Slapstick said, if I fasted for 31 days, I'd eat 10 pounds of homemade bacon the next day too.
Heck yes.
So my plan is it'll be just in time. No, is even though it's not Tuesday, I'm getting Buffalo Wild Wings.
Because it's Tuesday somewhere.
So I'm getting Buffalo Wild Wings when we're done, which will be just in time for the Super Bowl.
And I'm going to eat a dolphin. An entire dolphin.
And we're going to get some prime rib. We're going to make some prime rib.
Okay. Or we'll eat a prime rib.
Slapstick said, I bought Keto Chow too early, or Orange Keto Chow too early.
1 week.
Miriam said, if we made our own bacon, I don't know if we could get the chance to put the bacon away. Our kids would eat it all up.
It is so good.
Well, you still have to fry it up after you actually, cure it and stuff.
I like being able to have it in thick strips. I don't like those paper shriveled pieces of bacon that are so thin they're like confetti. I don't like
those at all. Unless you're doing something like wrapping jalapenos or something like that.
Maybe.
So Becky said, my heavy cream went sour after a week and a half. The expiration date was supposed to be in March. Take it back to the store.
Yeah.
But I will say this. My heavy cream. Ricotta cheese.
That's our nemesis.
What else? There was another product that we found like that.
Sour cream.
Kai2 sour cream. They give you an expiration date. I really believe those dates are so long as you don't open it.
Right.
Because after you open it, it goes, especially ricotta. Like, you've got about 2 days when you open ricotta, even if the expiration date's not for another month.
Ricotta should come with a countdown clock.
Yeah.
Because the time has started the moment you open that guy.
As soon as you open up that lid, it starts going bad.
So what I do recommend is, if you guys have not tried Joe's lasagna recipe, oh my gracious, go to crazyketos.com.
Now, for the record, that was not my idea. I just changed it for the way I like it, adding pepperoni on it.
Crazy delicious. It's very, very good. Any meat layer lasagna, I think, would probably be awesome. But it does call for ricotta cheese. Mm-hmm. Make 2 or 3 of them. Just make a big batch. They store really well in the freezer, and that way you use all the ricotta cheese, and then it's gone.
Keto chow hack. Here's a new keto chow. I'm going to try it with ricotta cheese.
Ooh, but this is a good
hack, too. You want a super thick milkshake. When we make keto chow, we actually add a lot of extra water. So we take our blender bottle, we fill it all the way up to here and screw the top on, and then sometimes add more on the top because we want more volume.
It's a girth issue.
So my new thing is 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter, put it in water, put it in the refrigerator. When I'm going to go to drink it, I dump it back in a blender with 1 tablespoon of cream cheese. Or you can also use the, why can't I think right now?
I don't know.
The cheese that we use.
Mascarpone?
Mascarpone cheese, thank you. Or a tablespoon of mascarpone cheese, which is less carbs. Put it in the blender. It makes it super thick and creamy. Becky said, Steven is sick of beef. How is that even possible? I have to look into the lasagna. I don't know how you're sick of beef. I used to never want to eat beef, and now that's all I want to eat.
I love beef. It's what's for dinner. Well, not tonight, but
Heather said expiration date on dairy is pretty much for unopened. Yeah.
Makes me so mad.
Slapstick said prime rib is pretty easy to cook. You should try it. Yep, we are planning on doing the prime rib. We just have to find one.
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go. I'm so used to us having like our
I think we're gonna be
Penn Dutch. I don't know where
they're falling off like flies.
Every place we like to go.
They're falling out of the sky like iguanas.
Heather said I use cottage cheese instead of ricotta. I've done that too.
I am a fan of the cottage cheese.
Speaking of which, I was so bummed. I have been working on, but I couldn't taste it. I've been just working on the consistency and getting it right because I like yogurt. I love Peak yogurt.
Yes.
Peak yogurt can't be delivered to South Florida.
Wah, wah.
So I've been like, what can I do? So I'm looking at the ingredients and I was looking at the macros and I figured out how to kind of duplicate Peak yogurt. So I was all prepared and I'm like, I got to wait a little while because I came up with this great thing, but I'm using heavy cream and then a little bit of milk because milk's got sugar in it, but it'll get eaten away by the bacteria. And then I don't want to like put it up right now because we just Aaron from High Fat High Fun just put one up. And his looks awesome.
Go watch that awesome video.
If you go watch his video, he's like got the spoon upside down like this, going like this, and it's not falling off.
Which is the goal.
And if you're making your own yogurt and making it that thick, you can substitute that for sour cream.
Absolutely.
Like you don't even need sour cream. You just make that. Miriam said Dana Cosell pizza cake is lasagna. Our daughter was having fun while making and decided we should call it pizza cake.
Pizza cake. I love that. Oh, it says Becky says that Steven likes pork. He is a big pork fan.
He is a big pork fan. Hey, Becky.
I like bacon.
If you want, we could split a pig. I'll run down to Mary's ranch in Miami with Anthony one day and we'll get a pig. And we can roast a pig. We can roast a pig in the backyard. It only takes
a long time since we
3.5 hours to roast a pig.
La caja china.
La caja china.
La caja
3.5 hours. And you get incredible pig skin. You'll like that.
Yes.
You get pig skin.
I do like the pig skin.
We can get, I don't remember how.
Hello.
It's like $60 for the whole pig.
Charity says hello.
$60 to $100 depending on how big we get. Miriam said we got a really good deal on pork ribs today. $8.
Ooh.
Alan said cottage cheese is definitely moister than ricotta.
She's like, love me. Are you in a live stream? Love me.
Miriam said, and it's cheaper cottage cheese is, that is. Yep. Chris said, peace, love, low carb lasagna. Yeah. Dana said, too good yogurt on or the Yoplait YQ protein plain is good with lollies mixed in.
Oh, yeah.
Becky said he wants a big just a pet one.
A pet.
Renee said, I got 6 pork loin chops, 2 inches thick as Sam's for less than $6. So yummy. Miriam's coming for the pig roast.
Yes, please. I would love that.
Kavita said, I haven't and it seemed too much work for me. Wish I could afford a personal chef.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
It would be. We have one. It's Anthony. Carmen said, I've been looking to making heavy cream yogurt. I used to have it as a kid, so it was really good for me for nostalgia.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing it with heavy cream. I know Aaron did his with milk. I'm doing it with heavy cream and just adding a little bit, about a quarter of a cup of milk, which is going to give some sugar because there's not a lot of sugar in heavy cream. So it gives it some sugar. It makes it super, super thick, but I haven't actually tasted it yet.
You're just counting on it to be good.
I'm counting on it to be good, but I'm going to have to taste it.
She's like, no, now.
I think we're caught up, and I don't think we skipped anything else.
High five.
High five. And it's 10:37, so we're only 7 minutes behind. So he said a pig roast sounds like a porking good time.
It's porking good.
Oh, yeah. Chris said Joe's almost legitimately caught up.
I'm so proud of you. Everybody pray for Joe. He has a big day tomorrow. He's going to be working on my room.
Yeah, this was actually really cool. So we have our spare bedroom, and so Rachel wants to make it like her little sitting room.
A she shed.
So we were going to...
That's what she said.
We were going to do a wood wall on one wall. I was going to get laminate flooring, or I was going to do bamboo on one wall, and then we're going to paint the other 3 walls. The problem is like one wall's got a closet, one wall's got the door you go in, and then 2 other walls have a window. So we said, okay, we'll do it on the window wall.
Sorry.
So we went today, we found the wood we want.
Very aggressive.
And it took us a long time to decide which one we wanted to do. So we found one, we finally like this one. There's no price on it.
So I'm like praying all the way to
and
register.
So Rachel's like, well, we don't even know how much this one is being. She's starting to go like, this is too much money. I think this is stupid. Let's just paint the room.
Let me just draw wood on the wall.
The house is old, so it's been painted a million times. The old owners actually painted with like high gloss, so whatever you put on it now peels off.
It's like a murder room in there.
It's just a nightmare. So I was like, don't worry about it. Here's what we're going to do. We don't know what the price of it is. If it's more than $3 a square foot, we're going to walk away.
Yeah.
So we get up there, and the guy goes, it's $190 for everything you're getting. And I know I'm buying at least 1 extra box. It worked out, it was less than $2 a square foot.
Yes.
And so immediately Rachel's like, can we do the whole room now? Like, no painting at all?
I want, like, a cabin feel, and then get a lot of girly, like, pictures and things like that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing tomorrow. We're putting a wood floor on the wall. The cool thing is...
We are crazy.
The guy ended up telling us, I don't know how you found this, because this is supposed to be $6 a square foot.
God is
and
so
you just
good.
walked out with paying $1.90 a square foot.
God is awesome.
Okay, now that we're behind again.
Sorry about that.
Okay, Carmen said, I saw a recipe using heavy cream and half, so you adding milk makes sense. And again, yes, there's sugar in milk when you make that, but you're going to add bacteria, and the bacteria is going to eat away the sugar. By my calculations, it's like 1 carb per serving, per 8-ounce serving.
So it's good to just keep that in mind.
Right. Slapasick said, pretty sure Hungry Heath is also in Texas. His house may be in the barbecue trials.
Ooh, wow.
I think that's it. Carmen, my Instapots have, many Instapots have a setting for yogurt.
Which is amazing. We almost got a new Instant Pot that is Star Wars themed.
Yeah, Anthony did that the other day. He messaged us live with the FaceTime.
Crate and Barrel? Were they at Crate and Barrel?
I don't know if it was Crate and Barrel or...
Which is weird because it was reasonable for the Instant Pot, and it was like a BB-8 Instant Pot. And
it was like $90.
And it felt like doable. I thought he was going to say, well, this is $560. But it wasn't. It was...
Miriam wants to see your room. I love decor. It's my favorite. Yeah, so I'm doing that tomorrow. It won't take me more than a couple hours.
And then we've got to pick out something to sit in.
That's not my job. My job is putting the wall
stuff.
up.
Got to find some pretty stuff.
Okay, I think we are caught up. North side of... Oh, yeah, Heath is in the north side of Houston. We're definitely going to try to go to low-carb Houston this year. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's a little bit after Keto Con.
But let us know if y'all are going to that. And we can shoulder...
Well, that is going to be our live stream for tonight. Slapstick said, KetoCon Austin, Texas. Which Black's barbecue, Chris? Terry Black's. It is directly across the street from the convention center. Get there early. It's going to be like an hour to 2 hour wait. Or just go hang out with Chris, who will probably have it in his house.
Yes.
And then you can eat it that way. That's what we got last year.
Do a house barbecue.
Do a house barbecue, because it is a long wait to eat at Terry Black's.
Yeah.
What was that burger place before we go? Do you remember that burger place that we ate at? Who's in Austin? Somebody's in Austin. There's that burger place that's on the top of a hill that we ate at.
That was delicious.
We were talking to Goody Beats about it. And that place is awesome.
That was very good.
I don't know, but it was really awesome. So Renee said, I'm debating on a grill. I've been getting more into cooking meats because I've always been too scared. Get a pellet grill, either a Rectech or a Pit Boss. A Pit Boss, but get the new Pit Boss. It's available at Walmart. It's got a smoker on top, a grill on the bottom. It looks awesome. I want that thing so bad. But yeah, get a pellet grill because you can smoke on it, you can grill on it, you can do everything.
I mean, you can get a Traeger, but it's just you're going to spend more money for...
It doesn't have as many features either.
The same technology. It's kind of like, it's just the name brand.
Yeah. Okay. Miriam said they're going to do a house barbecue at KetoCon. They have the same house as last year.
How awesome.
So.
Mighty Fine Burger.
Okay.
That might be it. The Mighty Fine Burger place.
So, Steph said they took the bandages off and she's down 10 pounds from 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
That is
awesome.
Great place to end today's live stream.
Yes.
Right on that. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We got a cool video going up tomorrow.
Mañana.
And then we'll do Keto on the Couch over the weekend, and we will check in with all of you guys next week.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bye.